undoubtedly that conflation that serves the interests of the Israeli government, but it also puts, I think, the Jewish community here at risk, because you know, if you're saying to people, if you criticise Israel, that's anti-Semitic, the subtext of that is the Israeli government's policies are on behalf of all Jewish people, which therefore makes them less safe, right?
And absolutely, and it's like, and then you've got some Jewish organisations that are here. Yeah, there is some. Well, I mean, I don't think the chief rabbi has been very helpful because they've.
It's a great out of context sentence, but
well, I think, but it's. I mean, I guess people like me, Jews like
so
like
what I
me.
was saying when we got knocked out the playoff final, the chief rabbi's not been very helpful.
Was it the chief rabbi that knocked you out? You got knocked out by Middlesbrough got knocked out by the chief rabbis. I'm a bit lost.
Yeah, no.
What's Middlesbrough got to do with
Ollie
the chief?
Bethlehem, if you will.
Anyway, so yeah, but Jews like me, it's like we don't count. So it's like you have to have that sort of like,
because we worked with them, didn't we?
nationalistic view.
In 2019, there was that group Jews Against Boris. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Did they become Jews Sans Frontières? Was that a different group? There was a couple of others that there's some good anti-Zionist Jewish community organisations, right?
Yeah, so there's Namod, which is sort of
Judas. Do you like them?
Oh yeah, I remember them. Yeah, so
I remember.
But I also feel that there are some. But I feel, I don't know. It's tricky. I do think that there needs to be some I think some centrist Jews need to be given a voice, which is like. So I think it's always the extremes, and I think I find that a little bit tricky because it's like it always ends up being noise of like, okay, Zionist shouting versus anti-Zionist, and I feel like that. But we've had this conversation already. It's like a bit. But one last thing I'll say is that there's an amazing guy that I met because of this group called Yahad that organises these sort of like events where they get sort of like pro-peace events, which are like, okay, we're all here because we want peace. And one of the guys that talks there is a guy based in London whose parents were both murdered on October the 7th.
Oh, right.
And he was like, I never ever wanted retaliation. I've always wanted peace. And the way that he described it is that basically, if we're talking about the two sides, you've got Netanyahu and Hamas that are on the same team because basically Netanyahu's been funding Hamas for years, and you've got basically innocent Palestinians and to an extent Israelis who are just sort of like caught up in it as well, who don't want that. A lot of them don't want that shit going on. So, but they're caught up in it. So it's like that's the two sides. You got the extremists versus the people that just want to get on and live normal lives.
Yeah, I think that's the same with everything everywhere, isn't it? Really, most people just want to go. You know, they just want to fucking do what they do. Go spend time with the family, spend time with their mates. They don't want to fucking go to war for no reason.
Go watch Middlesbrough on the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, anyway.
But as you talk to people and you go out and do the Vox Pops and you love engaging with people, is there a sense that there are lots of things or forces that are trying to divide people, and actually like the thing that like most people have most things in common? That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And like they basically have. If you weren't influenced by media narratives or like discourse salience, they have basically the same priorities as Fionn was saying. Like, and usually it comes down to material interests, right?
100%.
And there's just so much that is dividing people, and you just wonder like what the way out of that is, because people are going more and more polarized now. We've got obviously social media and everyone's got their own algorithm and all that stuff.
And I think for me, it's like what I've learned is you're probably never going to win an argument about immigration. So you don't need to go there. You can actually say, you know what, maybe there is a bit of an issue. Maybe the UK is more populated than it's before. And maybe immigration, I mean, even though I independently think immigration is an amazing thing, and obviously, but when having a direct conversation, you can potentially say, well, yeah, I mean, our services are stretched, and maybe that might have something to do with the fact that we've got a bigger population than we've had before.
But it's always.
But for me, that's not the big issue. The biggest issue is ultimately we've got a phenomenal wealth inequality between the richest and the poorest. We're one of the richest countries in the world, and if we basically, and we've got more than enough money to basically create an infrastructure where everyone gets treated on time.
Well, that's exactly exactly the point. Is that it's always framed by the right. Talk about immigration. The reality is, immigration only presents a problem to the lowest paid because we've got a deregulated labour market, because we have virtually no trade union rights, we have no collective bargaining. So the argument the right makes, and I had this debate on GB News once, right, where they were sort of saying, oh, immigration's driving down wages. I said, well, implicit in that argument is that these corporations could pay more if they wanted, but they're deciding to take advantage of a deregulated labour market and pay the lowest possible wages in a race to the bottom. The problem with the whole thing around immigration is migrants are blamed. They are not the problem. The problem is the fact that we don't have the workers' rights that we need. We don't have the funding for the services that we need, and we don't have like an economic model that allows us to tax the rich and tax wealth and properly fund all those things.
I think as well, a lot of it comes from from being a shit northern townsman. That visibly most of the high street is now like basically usually Muslim-owned shops like vape shops and stuff. Not saying that they're called like takeaways, stuff like that. And that's not a fault of fucking Muslims or immigration or anything. That's a fault of the fact that nothing else. Why is the town centre just vape shop, betting shop, takeaway, vape shop, betting shop, takeaway? Like, why is it just that?
And the takeaways are generally better food when they're coming from, when they're influenced by other countries. Cause
imagine a shepherd's pie takeaway.
I mean, it's like
can't even do the chippies properly. Even the Greek chippies and the Chinese chippies are always usually better. You know what I mean?
But you can't. You're right. You can't really have the debate like, oh, it's not a problem. But the reality is, it makes fuck all difference to people's lives. Whether there's 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000 net migration, it will make fuck all difference to your life.
Yeah, I mean, the point is, it's a teeny difference, but you've got to basically go, okay, I hear what you're saying, and I can see that.
But they're only talking about it because it's salient, because it's like that's what's dominating the political conversation in the country. It's like so detached from the things that actually make a difference to their lives.
Even if you watch, like, I think, like, if the difference between BBC News and GB News now is like this, very small.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think because if you look like, even like,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think that GB News is pretty.
No,
dreadful.
I mean, but I know, but they're like they're explicitly, or their thing is that they're explicit about it. Whereas a lot of times, if you turn on, there'll be something about like small boats and fucking not just migration numbers and stuff like that kind of stuff, which is like, which then leads into people who maybe otherwise wouldn't come out with stuff. I
mean, this is a frustrating thing is that the BBC theoretically has to be non-biased, but
I think that marketing does so much damage, though.
It does, doesn't it? Because unfortunately, if we're really honest, being non-biased means that you have to listen to you've got to take into account all the completely stupid, unlogical arguments of the far right in order to basically make it a balanced argument, and you can't, and it can't be that.
That's why Polanski is so important, because you have to have that like left wing element within the spectrum. Otherwise, you have no counterweight to reform.
I think before this is how you convinced me, and sort of Zach Polanski did it himself as well. But like before there was. Maybe before the rise of whenever he came in. When did he get into the leader of the Greens? About a year ago?
Like late last year.
Yeah. So like before then, it was just like a barren wasteland of centre right to far right. That was it.
And also, he's been brilliant in terms of just. I mean, just. I think
because you've done a lot of work with him, haven't you?
I've more at the early days, because now he's just flying, and he's like, and I think he has become a phenomenal. I mean, I think he already was good, but I think he's just grown into it because it's a pretty hard job.
Oh, it's
I mean,
really hard.
and he's
Very hard
actually
job,
he knows,
and you get loads of shit for it every day.
And he
It's
is,
like really hard to deal with.
and he's great at deflecting it, and he's great at saying, "This is what I believe. This is what I stand for," and 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 you know what? There are so many people that are trying to get him, and the gotchas haven't really got through.
Yeah,
and,
I think
and
the
obviously-
anti-Semitism stuff when you're Jewish doesn't really work, does it?
Well, believe it or not, it does.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it can do, because actually there were fucking Labour MPs that were being sacked for anti-Semitism under Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
So I don't think that, it's a really bizarre world that we live in. But I do think that some of the shit's going to get through. But I think
with you saying that, I was gonna say like one thing that did piss me off this week, Carla Denyer, right? Being fucking,
God, yeah.
yeah. I've got to have a break. Fuck off. And I say fuck off in the same one. It's a bit too fucking. It's a little bit too woke for my tastes. But also, I mean, like you gotta like to normal people who hate politicians universally. It's just have a break and don't announce it. Don't fucking. I think it's not good politics to do that. I would say.
But at the same time, obviously, I mean, it's really tricky, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like it's not good politics, but and at the same time, she's saying this is a problem that millions of people face.
Yeah.
Where they get burnt out. We're not talking about it, and we should talk about it.
I get it in that sense, but it is also like it's a gift, though, isn't it? Just like on surface level, if you were able to go, everyone should have like a 6-week break at summer. Everyone should have double the time.
Do what the Italians do. Take August off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like nothing's getting done in August.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the best way of because the problem is when you advocate for any of these things, like we tried to advocate for a 4-day week in 2019.
Bad idea.
Bad idea, because I love the 4-day week as a concept. I think it's
The worst thing was free internet.
so-
by the way, but sorry, I shouldn't have said
Broadband communism.
Yeah.
Gamban, my company, people we're very flexible on the hours. We're not formally a 4-day week accredited yet, but we want to get there. And we've got basically people choose their hours, and productivity is very, very good as a result of it. Like, I really believe in giving people autonomy at work. So I'm really, really supportive of it. The problem is, if you advocate for it as a government, you end up with attacks like, 4-day week in the NHS. Local authorities doing 4-day weeks.
Don't they do a 4-day week in the NHS anyway? 4 days on, 4 days off as a doctor.
It's just a lot of
Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is anyway.
But they're long hours, aren't
The
they?
12 hours each, obviously.
Yeah.
In any case, I think unless you're advocating for everyone to get that, it's very, very difficult to argue. And the 4-day week campaign done a great job because they've got lots of private sector companies to get accredited and to agree to it and do the
I
trials.
think that's helped with like like the end of, because of COVID, the end of like office renting stuff. So like most places, most like businesses now don't want to pay a fucking, unless they're a big huge corporation that's already tied into like a 10-year contract or whatever, they don't want to have to pay for the office space or 4 days work. So.
No.
But also, the mad thing about Carla Denyer is that she's probably burnt out because she is so dedicated to the job. She's and obviously most other MPs don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting pissed up in the pub.
You see that,
None of the Green MPs are. I mean, and that.
They all
I mean,
work
that
very hard,
also
I
was
agree.
that a good decision to say, okay, we want to end drinking culture?
I
in the House of
think
Commons?
that's the same as that, but in the other way, right?
Yeah,
So
I think most people agree with that.
Because like, again, it's like if all my mates of mine are like, I don't know, scaffolders or something. You can't drink on the like.
Yeah.
I can't get pissed.
Everyone who works in Parliament, everyone who works either in politics or becomes an MP, before they do that, they need to do a median job. Just a median normal job, and realize how fucking shit it is, and how basically you have no freedom. You're very constrained. You're paid shit money. It's hard work, and you know what I mean. And just understand that, understand there's no fucking subsidised bar that you can go to, And so what Hannah said was spot on, because most people think I don't get that at work.
And then
they should get it at work, but they don't.
Yeah, then they were going, we need if sometimes they make us work 12-hour days. Yeah. Where's my pint?
And that's also obviously what's so refreshing about her being a plumber.
Exactly.
She's changed the whole political discourse. And it's hilarious, isn't it, as well, that Reform have now they're trying to let their own plumber in Makerfield.
Oh yeah,
but he just happens to be a massive fucking racist.
Well, the thing with Hannah in the like that's like it made me also slightly readjust my bigotry against students who moved to Levenshulme, because if it wasn't for them, it'd be a Reform seat. So. Fair enough. Well, actually, we've got. Go on.
No. So remember, you're being indented. So you voted.
I voted for Hannah Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, part of the fucking resistance. Hannah. Yeah. So yeah, I initially thought being up against greyhound racing wouldn't go down well, because they used to have a fucking greyhound race.
Turns out the
Right.
working class like dogs.
They do like dogs. We've seen
They
that
like
as
the
well.
Excel bullies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They love the dogs.
Our viewers love an XL bully. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, also because they've got the racetrack right there.
Bellevue, yeah.
They probably hear, the people that live nearby can actually hear the horses. That's not the horses. I'll say that again.
The
Cut
dog.
that.
Is it
Cut that.
you
Doesn't
worry
matter.
too much
Doesn't
on
matter.
doing
Just style it out.
Small horses.
They see the small horse. They see they hear the dogs
Those
screaming.
horses are really small. Sorry.
Oh, grey small horses.
They hear the dogs screaming. They hear them just sort of like because
They were racing yesterday, by the way, in the heat. You're not supposed to even walk your
That's
dog in the
insane.
heat. They were racing, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't.
There's a great story of Mark Hutchinson's of when his mate put a load of money on a dog. He had the tip that if it's not winning out the first bend, this dog's not going to win. So like he basically lost a load of money. So like they're at the race, Bellevue, let the dogs go, and it's not winning out the first bend. So he went, fucking, I put about $2,000 on this dog. So.
You put $2,000.
No. My mate's dad's mate. So, but yeah, and then so the dog's like third round the bend. So oh fuck! So him and his other mate ran on the track going down all right. Two like mid-50s blokes going down all right to get the race cancelled.
Wow. You know what?
Worked as well.
We'll take you as an animal rights campaigner.
Yeah.
That's great. The more we can get, the better.
Oh shit! I'm gonna lose $2,000.
Your family are animal rights campaigners.
My mum's a big animal aid person. Yeah,
Because I went to a vegan place in Leigh-on-Sea and they knew the Zarb-Cousins.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was a
You were
great
in
place.
Leigh-on-Sea?
Yeah,
Well,
it was near Leigh-on-Sea. It was like it was on a high street near Leigh-on-Sea. Wonderful
Was
vegan
it the
place.
oak tree?
The oak tree. That's it.
Yeah, that's nice. I think
Is
it's
it called
great.
the
Debbie
oak tree?
Zarb, no
I should have
Taurus and shit.
It's a very small little place on the one. Yeah. Right, there you go.
Well, there you go.
Vegan propaganda.
They're vegan propaganda.
Yeah.
There's a good from the I don't know if you're aware of this, Adam, but 2,000 good names for bands. The good names for bands list.
Right.
One of the best ones on there is Vegan Bomb Squad, which my mate's dad came up with.
That's
So
great.
That's a good name for a band.
Oh,
And I
is it-
bought him a T-shirt with it on, and I was at a gig with him, and some guy, who are they? I've never heard of that. You've never heard of VBS? Just made up.
I was in a band when I was at uni called The Pubes. We never did a gig. But we used to get a bit stoned and play really.
Did you make any songs?
Yeah. We actually.
Yes, the Pubes.
You know he's got a band.
I've got a band.
Really? Well,
Vulture
this is,
Authority.
you know
Yeah,
what?
there
I think this is quite a good riff. It was like A.
I thought you were going to
You do
do
this, so it was so this was John Major's days. So shall I try and
Fucking
sing?
hell,
Yeah, go on.
He's really
Okay.
old, by the way.
Yeah. So motherfucking cocksucker, motherfucking cocksucker, motherfucking cocksucker. You are the prime minister. Yes, you are a cocksucker. I don't like anything about you. I don't like the way you eat peas. I don't like you. You're a cocksucker. John
And
Major.
the sound
out-
of the John Major.
That is
Yeah.
100% a clip.
That's proto Blink 182. That that's
It is.
where they did the swearing song. There you go.
Yeah.
Turns out John Major was ended up
yeah.
being.
Yeah.
Like, what's it called? Fuck a dog in the ass.
Yeah, shit cock motherfucker. It's just a list of swear words. Yeah, but there you go.
There you go.
What's it called? Fuck a dog in the ass.
No, that's it was a song they did that.
Sounds great. And I feel bad now because John Major turned out to be not actually that bad
In
the
retro,
whole-
oh yeah, I wrote a song about Theresa May that I can't remember the words to.
And, they
And
actually
now you're
turned out-
like, bring back John Major.
"Oh, John Major. We would love John Major back. He might even be better than Starmer.
Make politics boring again. There you go.
Oh, I'd love a bit of One Nation Toryism right now. Oh boy.
As a
Maybe
treat.
it's not. But maybe it's not. I should retract that. I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. Major or Starmer?
Major, 100%.
Yeah.
At least Major was worried about Labour.
You're nostalgic for your fault
For
when you
I
were
was
3 years
for
old.
when I, for, yeah, when I was 6.
And I don't need to do some research.
Yeah.
when Arsenal were winning
Euro
multiple-
96,
Yeah,
mate,
him right. That's what you're nostalgic
Yeah,
for.
that's right. Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah, so that's great. So you had a band. He was in the band.
Vulture is still am still ploughing
Still
the
am.
dead.
Well, we didn't
furrow.
have a gig, but a shout out. I mean, I wanted to also do a thing.
Vulture Authority featuring the pubes. Let's have it.
Well, I'd have to get the band back together, and I thought what would be quite fun is like the Blues Brothers do a little road trip because I don't know where these people are.
Oh.
But I do remember their names. So I was Adam Pube, Larry Pube,
Oh, great! Like
Dan
the Ramones.
Pube, Frank
okay.
Pube, and Lucy Pube.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
Lucy, I had a woman as well.
yeah. I think. Yeah, but she kind of was like a guest appearance when she hadn't got anything better to do.